symphony, a requiem. An anthem of heroes and tears. When the daylight pierced through the branches, we understood we were standing before God. Here you are, on the edge of the Creator, listening to the echoes of a written story. See. The world will collapse. While you stand in the midst of nothingness, searching for light in the darkness, only grasping the truth in the final reckoning. We were caught in the Rubicon's flow. Behind the high ramparts, where it cannot see us, we recite our final words. Motherland, bless your children who are about to die. Beyond my sword and behind my shield, I smile, because against all odds, I will triumph.
Tää saatana tyhmää.
Terve. Oikein paljon kiitoksia.
Hai, Welcome to Road to Vostok final demo, which is also part of Steam Next Fest that starts pretty soon after this video. For the past 9 months, I've been building the early access version of the game, and the goal of this final demo is to provide a small glimpse of some of those early access features and improvements that have been made. At some point, I was kind of struggling with the decision of what to include to this final demo, since there's so many new features available, but I obviously couldn't include all of those, since otherwise it would devalue the early access as a product if everything is available for free. When it comes to this decision, here's a feature list that highlights the differences of the final demo and upcoming early access. Main takeaways of this list is that green color indicates that content is already done for the early access, and then if we look at the final demo, the new features that I decided to add to this demo are 4 times the map size, UI overhaul, magazine system, grenades and lasers, day and night cycle, dynamic weather, shelter customization, voice acting and fishing. And this basically means that features that I saved for the early access are dynamic events, faction bosses, multi-shelter support, shelter cat, boats, new weapons, new items, new traders, and most of those new maps. Even though this final demo is somewhat limited related to this decision, there's a lot of new cool stuff to test and play around with. All this new demo content is also explained in the tutorial, which I highly recommend checking, even if you played some of the previous demos. If I had to pick my favorite new feature from this final demo, it's definitely the shelter customization, where you can get really creative with your shelters. Basically now when you spawn to your shelter, it's pretty bare bones and empty. But once you get familiar with all the new shelter customization features and so-called decor mode, you have total freedom to do whatever you want with your shelter. Since the press preview version of this demo has been available for a week now, here's some examples that people have already made with their shelters. Speaking of that press preview, which was released 2nd of October, I have already pushed out 3 hotfixes for that and implemented tons of improvements to make this final demo as polished as possible. I will continue making these hotfixes until I feel like this final demo is really stable and I can transition back to the early access development. I would like to end this video by saying a few things. The first thing is that I'm sorry that there haven't been much videos or devlogs lately. I've been so focused on this early access development that it has been really hard for me to find time to record and edit new videos. But I hope some of this effort is visible through this final demo. Then the second thing is that I fully understand that now is quite tricky time to release a new demo, since this Steam Next Fest overlaps with multiple game releases, pretty major ones, that are also happening in October. But if you happen to have some time to check out this final demo and maybe leave some feedback, that would be highly appreciated, since all the bugs and feedback will directly improve the upcoming early access as well. Thanks for checking out this video. The final demo is now available on Steam, and see you in the next video or that live stream that happens next week.
I've gone hands-on with Nioh 3 on 3 separate occasions at this point. The first was with the limited time demo, which was all just about me getting my bearings back and remembering how to play Nioh after 5 or so years away. The second was a preview event that was part of our IGN First coverage, where I was able to dig a little deeper into the new ninja mode and talk about some of the evolutions made in the Nioh formula. For this third and presumably final time ahead of release, I told myself, I'm just gonna have fun with it. And so when my time began, I adjusted my build to my liking, asked the Team Ninja community lead, who appropriately goes by Master, to teach me all the sick tech that he knew, and I was off to the races to go up against the biggest challenge I had faced thus far pre-release, a Crucible. It's a new type of level that features extra tough enemies that chunk bits of your max life every time they hit you until you hit them back. Suffice it to say, if my goal was to have fun, well, then mission accomplished. My demo didn't begin in the Crucible, so I was able to work my way up to meet its challenge by first making my way through a warped red light district that had seemingly been transformed and twisted with evil yokai power. Team Ninja was very generous with our builds, giving me a healthy collection of high-level gear with any type of weapon of my choosing. Wanting to try something new, I decided on going with the cestus as my main samurai weapon and the single katana for my ninja loadout. I immediately fell in love with the cestus. There's just something so incredibly cathartic about draining an enemy's stamina, and then when you go in for the execution, it's just aggressive blunt force trauma on a demon's face with a level of blood splatter that can rival a Mortal Kombat brutality. Not only that, but I also had a skill that allowed me to sit there and channel all of my stamina into a single Falcon Punch-like strike that would just obliterate whatever happened to be standing in front of me. The bone-crunching sound effects and the usual Team Ninja animation smoothness only enhanced the satisfaction. On the other side of the coin was the single katana in ninja mode, and if you're a Ninja Gaiden fan, this is probably going to be what you want to check out. The big star of the weapon in my eyes was a move called the Swallow Slash, and if you are a big Ninja Gaiden fan, you probably already know what that's gonna look like. It's a super fast dashing attack that goes through enemies and can even be upgraded to allow you to quickly move back and forth multiple times through the same enemy, just like Ryu's Flying Swallow. It's a bit riskier in a game with limited stamina and treacherous terrain that could lead to instant death if one were to swallow slash themselves off a cliff, but it is nonetheless an incredibly satisfying technique and a great way to start off a fight. The red light district itself was classic Nioh level design. Lots of barred off paths that funnel you through largely linear design, with a handful of optional forks that lead to some extra loot, with a healthy dose of traps and enemy ambushes lying around every corner. Side note, Team Ninja President Fumihiko Yasuda sat down to watch me play for a bit and got a kick out of how slowly and carefully I entered each room, and even more so when, even despite all of my caution, I'd still fall for one of the many traps laid throughout the level. The boss of this level was Takasugi Shinsaku, a samurai armed with a guardian spirit, a gun, and a sword, and he made liberal use of all three. Like most human-sized Nioh 3 boss fights, it was a tense and fast-paced battle that finds that sweet spot of being just predictable enough to be able to identify patterns, with enough variation in those patterns to make the act of identifying them satisfyingly challenging. After defeating Shinsaku, the next area was one of the new open field levels that I talked about in my last preview. This time though, we were allowed to challenge the Crucible, which is basically the ultimate challenge of each open field in Nioh 3. Entering the Crucible takes you to a hellish landscape where yokai are all buffed to deal increased damage. In addition to that, if damage is taken while inside a Crucible, the player will be infected with life corrosion, which will temporarily reduce their max health until they're able to deal damage or defeat enemies. Dying is another way to remove the effects of life corrosion, but obviously not ideal. On the plus side, while inside a Crucible, you'll be able to use your living artifact transformation more frequently since the Amrita gauge fills faster. The main impression of the Crucible that I got to play through was basically that it was like another standard linear Nioh level, only meaner. Hugely damaging spike traps were everywhere, lightning fast spinning blade demons made running across certain paths feel like trying to weave through traffic on a busy street, and powerful foes waited in ambush in precarious areas where one errant dodge could lead to you falling to your death. Just like every other time I've gotten to play Nioh 3, after my time was up, I was left wanting more. Nioh 3 is shaping up to be my favorite of the series to date, not only through its substantial improvements to combat thanks to its split of samurai and ninja modes, but also with the massive addition of its open field levels, each of which seemingly will include its own separate Crucible. It's a challenge I eagerly anticipate taking on with my personal build and progression, and one that I won't have to wait terribly long for, as Nioh 3 releases on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC on February 6, 2026. For more on Nioh 3, don't miss my last hands-on preview, as well as our exclusive boss fight gameplay reveal. Before we wrap this up, I'll leave you with a full, uninterrupted boss fight against the boss of the Crucible, Nuribotoke. Thanks for watching, and for everything else in the world of video games, keep it here on IGN.
Malice is thickest over there. Now, how do I get there?
Someone's here.
What did I do? Please, help me!
You're not getting the best of me.
Hey, fight me!
We're done here.
stench.
You're just fuel for the gauntlets.
Musashi!
You too, huh?
This thing's made me so damn strong. I've been bored halfway back to death. But look, you got yourself one too. What blessed luck. Right where we left off. Death can't stop us.
I wish it would stop you at least. I'm just getting started, Daniel.
Nicely done. I'm right here.
Now fall! You just die!
You're not done having fun yet. Yes, this is what I wanted, what I needed. This dance with death. I love it. Take this. What? Lost your nerve? Dead? Yeah!
That's your best! You knew this was coming.
souls near that place, at least not anymore. But you, if my dark misfortune.
I knew it. You'd never break so easily. But why did you come back?
The Order's blades are coming. They failed once, but they won't fail again.
Please, take it. Save our people. The girl's nothing but a shell now. She'll never be the same.
You broke my blade.
But we broke your spirit!
Phantom is movement, striking from where none expect. Blade is breath. We channel it into steel, turning any blade into a divine weapon. When Phantom and Blade unite, no enemy stands.
Who are you?
PlayStation.
The magic. It's in you. Yours. Like the wind. Know who were the bad uns before even Ode? Us. That's who. Oh, they'd round us up. Or drown us down, lest we come. Ooh, witches. And they were right. Aha! Ere blue blood is as old as Alkenstone. As omen beasts, as voicing trees. Each of these with magics no dullard human ever sees. song made us forget all others. But Minnow, learn the river's verses, for only the souls now remember.
Who were you before? Who did you love? What did you believe? It's too late to ask now. We all knew the risks when we ventured out beyond the gates. You helped us make something greater than the fear and death that surrounded us. We found hope in each other.
Help! I'm surrounded. They're everywhere. There's way more than I was expecting.
And even if we bought the other survivors just one more day, the sacrifice would be worth it. It would always be worth it. And that helped us find the courage to keep going, to fight on. When we needed it the most. I didn't know you well. But we'll keep your memory alive. Every sacrifice we make matters and will never be forgotten. No one is forgotten. We live on.
Must be here somewhere.
It's all right.
Lunka! Don't hurt her!
You gave us quite the chase, young.
Please, sir. She's just a child!
Roderick, remind me, did I make an exception for children?
No, sire.
No. That would have been foolish, would it not?
They spread the plague just as well as adults.
And there's only one way to stamp out this sickness.
No!
Not just a runner, but a fighter, too. Had we met under a different moon, things might have ended
Lunka? My sister. She needs help. Fast. Please, let us pass through. I beg of you. Please. Please. I don't know. How?
I am life. I am death. I am everything in between. I have been watching your little valley. Pestilence, famine, killing, blood spilt carelessly like water. Things will be different now. For all of you.
Another folded realm. Is this a memory from Lamorak's past?
We thought all his knights were dead. Yet Lamorak sends one more. I almost admire him.
Tyranno! But you're one of the White King's sorceresses. You destroyed the White Lands.
That destruction is in fact salvation!
You're insane!
You know not of what you speak. Accept your defeat.
Beware!
Lamorak! She's created another folded realm. I can't reach her.
We cannot cross two folded realms, but this mere shard. Take the spear.
human again!
It seems you do have the capacity to surprise us. Not enough. Change. Rectus. Even with your new ally, we end this here.
Enemy of my enemy, I lend you my strength.
We fight as one.
Tyranno canine! You will not escape justice! Justice! There is only the king's will!
Go to hell!
Foolish night and your foolish friend. Faced with the agony of truth, you choose the comfort of lies. Loyalty without inquiry is in itself a betrayal. Your loyalty has condemned this man.
PlayStation